Got a match on Pillars. Team 1 ANS, Team 2 OSP, 3K, 4v4. Cosmius, Quiz, Sidious, the Maple Baguette. That sounds kind of tasty, actually. Nicky Poo, Bot, 1735, Jumbo, and God Dog. Nice little palindrome there. I know I've done a lot of Pillars games recently, but I don't know. I've been in kind of a Pillarsy mood. So that's what you're getting, and you're gonna like it. So everybody who's here specifically because I do things that aren't Pillars, sorry, sucks. It's a good map, it really is. There's a reason why everybody and their mother plays here nonstop. And I've been away for long enough that I think it's reasonable to come back and participate here a little bit more. Oh, come on, don't do me like that with the time clock. OSP team very spread out, so's the ANS team. I like it. Looks like ANS wants to play over the top of the map, which is pretty less spread out now. Yeah, this guy right here particularly interests me. I'm not sure if he's going straight for A, or if he's trying to loop around the bottom. And we're not going to find out, because we're dropping down with the OSP team, which means they go first. That's the rules. I did in fact make them up completely on my own. I just chose to do that. Also, people are using the 45-minute timer that I just started doing because I thought it was a really good idea. Wasn't entirely my idea. One of the guys in one of the casts a long time ago was just like, "Hey, you should start doing a timer because this shit blows." All right, Barth 1735 doing a rocket launcher spam. Respect. And it's just kind of nice to see that other people have also run into that and been like, you know what, that's a good idea, and are doing it as well. Okay, interesting. These aren't replicants of each other, they're going in different directions, but this thing has a couple of rocket launchers on its backside, which is really cool. 1 450, one mass driver plus a plasma cannon and a bloodhound and some containers on the backside. Two very odd builds. This one has a PD babysitter, the other one doesn't. Jumbo rocking it with the container spam. Which bring it all in one type. Yep. Bing bong. Bongo bongo bongo. Tons of bastions, very nice. And we got a pair of fighting ourselves. Yeah. With a little bit of PD. Aurora's bastions. Blanket and a bullseye. Okay. Cosmius. Rocking it in the battleship. Very nice. 450s. And one rail turret on it. I forget he does this sometimes. So odd. I hope he gets use out of it. I'm of the opinion that you really need like a critical mass of rails. Like 1 or 2 rails doesn't really do anything. But if you can get like 5 guns on a target, suddenly they get debuffed off the face of the universe. Turned into complete worthlessness. But I don't know. It's really up in the air. Rails are weird because since they're so RNG heavy. I think they're the only really RNG heavy tool in this game. So Cosby's also has some scouts, by the way. I'm too busy talking to actually give you information about the match. The Sarissas, which are going to be very effective against containers, especially combined with... Oh, I thought Quiz also has some Sarissas now. He's got 2 Pinards and E-Wars, plus a... wow. Some extremely expensive H3s and H2s coming out of Quiz here. So that is not a large volume of missiles. We're gonna listen to, I guess we're gonna listen to the Thunderburst War OST. That's what's next on the list here. Some more Sarissas on these rail keystones, as well as the support reins, combat voxel, 2 combat voxels, which can further wither these with RPF. It's kind of one of the problems with blind firing containers like this. This strat, by the way, I fucking won games off this strat, and I know 2 other people who did as well, out of just bombing at Delta over here, because people would have their flanking Axford come in here, grab this point, and then back out and go. And if you just hit an Axford with a ton of containers, it'd just be dead and people would rage quit. It was really mean to do, but folks have figured it out. It seems like it's generally only smaller ships that cap that point now, which is cool. It's cool to see how things like that sort of influence the game. And now it's so common that everybody's just ready for it. You bomb that point, you might get lucky and get a kill, but you're probably not going to. It's also launching. That's a little bold, considering, yeah, this thing doesn't have that many H3s on the backpack. It might be a better idea to save those for a guaranteed kill on something important. But you do you, pause. We got a beam plus cannons plus stone walls keystone here. Very well rounded, very dangerous. Possibly overpriced. I've been kind of messing around with keystones lately. I'm a big fan. The beams, specifically. Although he's got E-regs instead of FPA. No, he's got the FPA too, so a couple FPAs in the back and an E-reg on the front. Neat. I want to know where these are going. I want to know where he thinks... They might be just bombing down to Echo? Or, oh, I know where they're going. They're gonna just straight up kill this thing is what they're gonna do. Yeah, this does not have enough point defense for S3Hs. Especially if he gets shot at by the Solomon and the Railstone that's up here and does enough damage. Darth Sidious here does enough damage to mess with some of the point defense. Yeah, this thing's just gonna die. So these things are really fragile, by the way. You really don't want them up front capping points, and you definitely don't want them doing that with their main guns facing back towards their own spawn point. Clonk. Clonk. Yeah, pretty catastrophic damage coming in this thing already. One of the Grays is going to be able to finish off the third and possibly fourth. I don't remember how many were launched exactly. But yeah, this thing's in big, big trouble, and it wasn't even able to cap a point. Kind of a problem. Speaking of kind of a problem, these shuttles are about to run into some RPF-loaded voxels. Although the guns are currently facing the wrong way, so they'll have a little bit of a grace period as those guns get turned around. And where are y'all going? I'm surprised they're not doing the Delta Echo run. Where are they going? They're just leaving. They're out of here. We're done. Just leaving the map. Withdrawing. We're done here. Alright, we got some more. That's just rail fire going into this. Not too worried about that. Yeah, I guess this is what we're gonna sit on. I thought something was gonna happen over here, but no joy. Got a decoy coming out here. I don't think that's gonna catch anybody's attention though. Wow, that is one abysmal track. Is it just an EWR track? Not even. I'm not sure what's seeing it then. Oh, it is an EWR track. That's what the problem is. It was just, the gun was kind of confusing. Bloodhound's gonna get on it. Well, I think that's actually out of range of the Bloodhound. And this Bloodhound also has no track correlator, so that track's not gonna be very mass driver quality either. Oh dear, very rough start here for the OSP team. Are these going after the decoys? I'm not sure if these are going after the decoys or if they figured out that there's something back here.
The enemy is securing Zone Atlas.
Or if they're just kind of going wherever. Yeah, they're definitely just kind of going wherever. I don't know what that's about. It's starting to push up. Gun's gonna be able to turn, not too slowly. And you can see him, you can see these guns can't up, so these are definitely visible. Or maybe he's seeing the decoys? No, these are too far away. Saw some missiles go out. Yeah, I guess they must have either gotten cleaned up or landed on something. Rain's gonna be able to grab Alpha. It's just spinning in place. I don't know what that's about. Kind of funny looking though. Nut and run! There's your name right there. Attic mines.
The enemy secured Zone Atlas.
Yeah, even one Lonely Rains can handle a bunch of containers that aren't properly prepared. You really gotta have decoys. Or do some clever rock shit, or preferably both. And these are still looking up there. Okay, that's one decoy downed. A lot of people use line decoys because they're bigger and more intimidating, but I'm glad to see them using clippers. So I use clippers because they're more believable to be in weird spots, really pushed up or out of positions. If you see a line in a really weird spot, you're just like, that's probably fake. But if you see one of these things in a really weird spot, you're immediately like, oh shit, I'm gonna get rocketed, oh no! I gotta kill that before it kills me! And you might waste some important munitions on it, like missiles. Because I mean, if you can get a decoy to eat 2 or 3 hybrids, whew! Paid for itself several times over. Blitzquiz killing it on the scouting. Presumably. The real question is, does Elint detect decoys? I do not know. Because it says that, decoys put out radar SIGs, and that's why they appear as something larger. But does that work like that? I don't know. I really don't know. Yeah, I don't think these containers are going to do anything, not without having 2 defenders on it. I really hope these aren't also being spent on this thing. Well, I mean, it could definitely stand to take more damage. Ah, no. We're going after the Ocellos, the one thing that can counter hybrids. Oopsie. Whoa! Ooh, HEKP, 2 HEKP rounds directly into the drive section. That's a little bit of a problem. I've yet to see an HEKP go right down the middle of an Ocello, and I'd really like to. Well, man, still crazy damage even with the punch through. Oh, Rocketeer getting in there. Dumping a bunch of rockets into... Oh, the bow of the Solomon. Yeah, it's all going to get cleaned up. I thought that was the drive section for a second. I got really excited. I thought we were going to see someone explode. Yeah, it's super easy to clean all that up with all this PD here. It's not even that much. It's just one rocket tube isn't going to do very much. Whole lot of munitions expended from the OSP team and pretty much nothing done with it. This might be able to get something done. Oh, nope. That's a hit. And that's another hit. That's a problem. It clipped this in the nose, which is kind of whatever. Oh no, I guess it died right before it landed. Huh. But yeah. Really need to be getting something done with this expenditure. And the gun damage has been pretty high out of the Ocellos over here. A little bit out of this liner, maybe? No, I don't think so. Yeah, no. None, in fact. No rounds expended. So this is all missiles. What does that mean? I can't go to this. I guess it means it exploded. Got RPF'd up. Although he was able to bait the voxels away from Delta Point. So this can go on and cap, assuming this thing doesn't have guns. Yeah, it doesn't. So I don't know if that was intentional. But whether intentional or not, it was a pretty good play. This baiting out everything to grab attention to it, and then this one coming down here and capping the point. And depending on the speed of those voxels, yeah, if they were capping out at 26. Ooh, 1 stock drive and a reactor. No special drives. No weirdness, frontline. This has got to be a fairly new player. This is a good, strong, steady build, but it is a very Very basic one. None of that weird nonsense Neb garbage. Yeah, wouldn't it be crazy? What if I shove 17 drives into this one single vessel? Sir, we can't do that. I'm gonna do it anyways. Yeah, poor fleet comm, dude. The naval office is just. I mean, you see in all the descriptions, this is gonna be taken out before. Oh, right as it captures the point. Nice. I know the Nebulous descriptions. The naval office seems pretty tilted as fuck all the time at the madness of the fleet commanders. Which, I mean, if you play this game long enough, you start to kind of figure out that, you know what, maybe it's justified. Maybe they aren't a bunch of hard asses. Everyone kind of is a little unhinged. You know, some people are a lot unhinged. 450 fire going into the Sprinter. It doesn't matter if you're firing AP or HE into that. It's not going to be doing much damage. And if it's hitting at all, which it doesn't really seem to be. I have no idea where these are going, by the way. I really wish I could say that they're going to come down here and blast on top of that, but they seem to just be a position fired out into space. This is a minor error. Oh, they're turning. They're turning. This is too ambitious. Yeah, your sightline's too long. And your turn was a little too tight. They're going to overcorrect and slam it into the wall. No wall slamming. Okay, no wall slamming. But there's no way these are landing on anything. Very long sight lines. Ooh, one Piranha right in the nose, which is, well, I can't tell actually because it's took a lot of damage from other things. I was gonna say which doesn't do anything, but I'm telling. Oh, that's cheating. That's cheating. He can see them through the wall. Look at how fast these are. I like it. I respect it. A lot of people don't bring fast containers to the party, so it's nice to see this. He's again going to be having turning woes. I mean, certainly suppressing this team back here, but you really got to be more sensible with your munitions, dog. Although, in the meantime, well, maybe it's working out anyways, even if the containers aren't landing. EA and his team is being kept on the back foot, pretty much locked up here in the Charlie area, which has allowed the OSP team to get very up on caps, which means they're going to quickly go, well, have already gone from a little behind in points to a little ahead, and that lead is just going to get dramatically larger and larger. Quiz already spent all his missiles. Absolute maniac. Did some decent damage with it, but could have done way more if he's a little more patient. I think a lot of them got eaten by these Ocellos. Some damaging rounds, of course, but yeah, a few too many just consumed by those Auroras. Rain's gonna get balestrad. Okay. Are those? I wish there was a way to tell if those were offensive or defensive balestras, because I know some people will just grab balestras and then swap out the warhead for offensive, and then use that as their offensive S1, which is great. But some folks will just fire at people with defensive S1s, not realizing that they don't really do anything. Defensive S3s win. God damn it, Nazar.
The enemy is securing zone deck.
The capper! Quiz recapping Delta. Now that this ship has no missed weaponry, scan override it. Because I think the jammers count as weaponry. Either that or this is just right outside of the edge of the zone. No, it's definitely in the zone. Inner player having some problems. Getting the ordnance target. If this fool pushes up on this point, I have a feeling that oh no, mine containers aren't what you want. But like some normal containers splashed at this guy would just kill him.
The enemy is securing zone Atlas. The enemy secured zone Dagger.
Some rocket shuttles coming in to try and clean this up, but it's just not really working. Okay, those are offensive S1s. If they were defensive, they would have exploded in front of the thing. I think. Well, maybe not. No, those have got to be defensive. Either that or have the tiniest warhead known to man, which is a distinct possibility. Yeah, you really don't want to be fighting sprinters with rockets. Which is unfortunate. It's pretty easy for them to just dodge. Alright, and it's time for the containers to prove their worth. Oh no, are these gonna miss? No, they're sniffing, they're sniffing.
Enemy secured zone Atlas.
But, again, not able to get the kill before the cap. Been happening for both sides this game.
Enemy is securing zone Dagger.
Really thought that was gonna slam into this space plane. Yeah, ENS not really able to hold that cap lead long enough to get a point lead back. And with the bulk of the fleet just sitting up here on Charlie, might just be game over because this battleship doesn't want to go anywhere. And these voxels definitely don't want to go anywhere. And this thing can duel those Ocellos for the next, like, 30 minutes without a clear victor, I swear. Tons of rocket containers coming in here to this Sarissa up team. So, presumably not going to do that much.
Enemy secured zone Dagger.
Although the positioning, the angling is a little better. It's actually a lot better. But you need more rocket cover than that. It's gonna work! These are gonna get through! Oh, but they're sniffing. No, they can't decide what they're sniffing. So you really don't want to be firing those into Sprinter. I mean, maybe it's fine. It's just really small. Yeah, only one rocket container able to get through.
The enemy is securing zone Atlas.
Dump some rounds into that top of the ship there. I still have no idea what to call this thing, because like I said in a previous video, it's not a deck, it's not all conning tower, it's not a mast, it's just the top of the ship. I'm gonna call it the deck. Yep. This top is just silly. If anybody has a better term for me to use, just drop it in the comments. I will try to remember to adapt that. SP capping. Well, they were capping alpha. Oh, okay, I see what happened. This was capping alpha, and then a reactor explosion happened, cooking it, and presumably just a handful of rounds came in after that, killing it off. Because reactor explosions don't do that much damage, but they will do a lot to something like a shuttle or a sprinter. I wonder how much coding reactor damage and plasma damage share, since they seem to operate on similar principles of armor rip and then extra damage after armor rip. One of those Mark 1s. So funny to see those get used. Anus ain't out of it yet. Scouts out of quiz able to come down here and probably cap Echo, since the only offensive tools or defensive tools, I guess. Yeah, this is OSP side, so it would be defensive tools. Man, those Balestras aren't doing shit. Are some rocket shuttles that aren't being managed very well. They keep firing 1-2 rockets at a time, which is a good way to not get anything done. You just can't deal with point defense that way. These voxels finally brave enough to come down here and just kind of delete the OSP team. Well, I was gonna say delete with RPF, but yeah, he's got the RPF. Use the RPF rounds. This is what they're meant for. Killing shuttles. Oh well. There's 2 mass driver bolts coming in and going out. Not really sure what those have been firing at the whole game. I guess we'll see at the end. This thing's dead. Presumably they've been trying to get an angle on the battleship. I would hope so. Anus team headed towards Alpha. No? Where are you? Oh, okay. Just flying forwards. Heading towards the opposing forces spawn. That's 1 beam to target. Yeah, if these beams can get on these Ocellos, that would spell the end for the OSP team of all people. Looks like all they needed was the 1 beam, because now this thing is pretty well screwed. Yeah, there goes the reactor and the main drive, and a whole bunch of other kind of important stuff. No restores. Okay, this ship's dead. Way over there. How long are you gonna keep that up? I mean, it's understandable. Something so satisfying about lasing things with a keystone. Squeezing out a little extra juice from the battle short. Interesting, he seems focused on the rear one instead of the 4. Yeah. No, that's definitely dead. That's mega dead. This player's dipping out. No, it's Cosmius who's dipping out. Looks like got DC'd since it's just 1 surrender and disconnect. If you actively leave, it usually says surrender twice. So someone else is going to be in charge of the battleship now. I don't know who. Hopefully Quiz. Probably Sidious. Just shooting in life boats over here. Ah, no, okay. They're shooting at the 1 grayed out vessel. Couldn't see because of the gray rock. Gray vessel. This Axford team has driven all the way across the map. Like all the way. And it's kind of out of stuff to fight. Because there's nothing else over here really worth fighting. There's this bulker down here. And then this ship, but It's not really a fight. It's just an execution. Oh, it might be an execution for this Axford team. Look at these containers coming on in. Not challenged by much other than flak, and I think even a large volume flak's not going to cut it against all these containers. Oh, but the containers don't have the maneuverability to capitalize on it. See if this next volley fares any better. I don't think it will. Nope, not even close. Think Foo giving his opponent supplies.
The enemy secured zone Atlas.
It's awful for the OSP team. They're still up on points and again up on caps. Oh man, it's looking real bad for the ANS. Haven't been able to squeeze ahead points-wise for a long, long time. It's more of that extremely pixelated space dust. I don't think these are going to be getting through. I don't know, this angling's not bad. But it's bad enough. Yeah, I just think they might be able to get in here and hit this thing on the butt. Xers are pretty weak from the rear to missile attacks, but not enough. Is this battleship finally going to join the battle now that someone else has control of it? Instead of just sitting back here and not doing anything. I understand wanting to be defensive and trying to stay alive, but if you're not fighting, if you're not out there slaying dudes, then you're kind of not contributing at all. You really gotta be blowing people up, especially in a Solomon. Decent volume of munitions left in 1735's fleet. More than I was expecting, so if he can maybe get a sneaky shot on this Axford, might be able to take it out. Which would be a big deal, big deal. What are they shooting at? Aha.
Enemy is securing zone Atlas.
This thing, which has also just been struggling over here, Bravo's side. Really doing that much. Just waiting for a flank, but that never came. This thing has too much going on. It doesn't know what it wants to be. The mass drivers say extreme long range, the plasma cannon says extreme close range, and the bloodhound says medium range. That's just messy. That's irresponsible. And that's about to finish that cap on Alpha. There it is.
Enemy secured zone Atlas.
Still behind on points, but catching up. Rockets coming into this Axford. This is what I've been waiting to see. The rocket player and the container player synchronizing their shots. Unfortunately, container's getting soft killed by the chaff here, which is going to mean that the distracted PD doesn't matter at all. Damn. Probably could have gotten a little better coordination out of those two. But something's better than nothing. I would not recommend doing this at the end of the game, by the way. Just that I'm gonna dump all my decoys out all over the place. Really need to use them over the course of the game. If you do that here, people are gonna see that no and be like, oh, these are decoys. The container player is out of missiles and he's just spamming out garbage to try and maybe get something done. I guess the OSP's gonna win it. Damn. I thought the ANS was gonna catch up way sooner than that. More whooshing missiles. Firing missiles at small targets, even at close range, is not the best choice. Containers, on the other hand, will handle that very effectively. GG. Giggle, giggle. Galactic Gershwin. Yeah, Quiz getting bonked pretty hard on the missile front. Wow. Wow. A lot of these munitions not used at all. Yes, he took damage. Oh, nice. Welcome to Nebulous, God Dog. Yeah, nothing too crazy out of the ANS team. Ouch. It's physically painful. It's from the shit that ran onto the point and got exploded. And this didn't fare that much better. Here's container ship doing far less than it could have, doing less than these two Ocellos did. Which is immense pain. Yeah, 119 hard kills. Maybe rethink this double active radar. That's also very confusing. Yeah, so this guy's just kind of messing around. Not really sure what to do. That's fine, I guess. Everybody's free to do that. Speaking of things that you're free to do, you, dear viewer, are free to have a nice day. I hope you do. Goodbye, and I'll see you in battle space.